I just go to my this. I see Chelsea has so many substitutes, bench win matches. We're not talking about the starting 11. Now we have 2 starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about 2. Let my 2 and 3 come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next season. Welcome back to the Premier Sport Fan Center live show, and it's a match between Spain versus Zambia, and it's still 2-0 in favor of Spain. A lot of has happened, and the second half have started. But let me quickly announce that some of the substitution made in the Spaniard side, Navarro has come in for Paralolo, then Redondo Ferrara came in for Alexia Putellas. The number 1 ranking has gone out. Then Hernandez came in for Battle O. 3 substitutions from the Spaniard side so far. And what will we be expecting in the second half?
Well, not too much. Nothing different from the first half. And good substitution from the coach. I think he knows he needed these girls when it comes to the 3rd game against Japan, which will actually be the game for the fight of the top of the sports, because both teams will be on 6 points right now. I mean, probably he has looked at it like the Zambians are not up to the task, so why not just try the players from the bench and rest your main players, which is a thumb up for him. 2-0 at first half, he has done the major important thing in this game, and it's not looking like a game that Zambia will actually be coming back, because we've not really seen that exploit from Zambians at all in this game. So it's still a game. It's still a Spain game to lose, and I don't see them losing this game already.
Right, I don't see them losing this game already. So, Mike, what will you expect the Zambians to do right now? They're 2-0 down. And there's the second half. This is the 55th minute into the second half, and they don't have much time. Okay. And if they lose this game, that is the assurance that they are going out.
Like the word of the former Napoli coach, attack, you just need to attack. Because if you don't attack, you will hardly get a goal. And if you don't get a goal, they're out of this competition. So what they need to do is just, there are some times you have to throw caution to the wind. And now is the time. From my calculation, I think they still have 35 full-time minutes to play. That's a lot of time to score 2 or 3 goals, no matter who the opponent is, even though we know who the opponent is. But what they need to do is to attack, show more bodies up front, try to attack. But in the process of attacking, they should be cautious so that they don't concede more goals.
A win for this, that's the assurance that both Spain and Japan have qualified for this
group.
Japan are through to the second round already. So it's just about Spain, and I think the third match between both teams will be a fight for who tops the group. And that will be a game, that will be a battle that will really go to the wire, because the prospect of the second team facing off against a top place nation in another group is actually a big one, or more difficult one. So they actually want to finish top of the group so they can face a less difficult opponent in the round of 16. But that is not a prerequisite or more assurance that you're going to play a team weaker than you in the second round, because it's not a third place team you're going to play. When it gets to the knockout stage, every team is as good as whoever qualifies for the knockout stage. But I think that is what the Spanish coach is trying to do. There's no point for Zambia. I don't see them qualifying from this group. They're out and out. Let's just believe it that way. But I just know they're going to browse and they're going to build on every experience they gathered at this World Cup. They'll come back better for the next one, with a lot of experience to it. A lot of money has been made in this competition for them. At least each players will be going with around 29 million naira. And when it comes to naira, that's about $30,000 for each players. And there'll be money for the FAs too. So I expect each FAs in Africa to actually invest this money, because I always hammer on the investment when it comes to African football. They need to invest a lot of money. You don't have to be selfish. Just invest this money into your league and let us improve our league and sell ourselves to the world.
Sometimes when we begin to play, when we talk about football, when we get to this kind of stage, it's time we begin to make some kind of calculation in our head. Like right now, I'm already calculating that if Zambia draw this match and win Costa Rica, they will have a chance. That's why sometimes when you come to preliminary stage of the football like this, you need to get all the winnings and all the points so that you don't enter that situation of if. That
if is far. The if would have been okay if Zambia were looking like they are the one leading here. 2-0 down, that is minus 7 goals for them right now. So that is a lot of, even if they win this game and go into the game against Costa Rica, they need to beat Costa Rica around 5-0 to stand a chance, which I don't see happening. They don't look like a team that will score 5 goals against Costa Rica. So the if is a long way to go. It's 1 out of 100 to happen.
Okay, you can see Banda Brava attacking from the left side. She has one person to beat.
Really lively player.
She has one person to beat. What did she do? She quickly passed the chance for Zambia now. Oh, see the defensive tactics. These are just easily just.
That's not even defensive. That's an error from the striker. That's an error from the striker there, from the player there. She should be doing better. She should be doing better there. I think she'll be so disappointed in herself that she didn't take that chance clearly, or she didn't take it well. A Banda in that place will have actually done better.
All right, let's quickly look at the statistics. The statistics the possession is gradually changing, and it is 77 now for Spain and 23 for Zambia. Goal attempt, 11 goal attempt for Spain and 5 for Zambia. Shot on goal, 5 shot on goal for Spain and 1 for Zambia. Then shot off goal, 3 shot off goal for Spain and 2 for Zambia. Corner kicks, 3 corner kicks for each. The goalkeeper save, 3 goalkeeper save from the side of the Zambian goalkeeper and 1 for Spain. That is the situation so far.
Spain actually still playing playing to their notes of the way they did it in the first half. Try and come in and dominate play for the first 10 minutes. Take the game to your opponent, and that's what they've been doing for the past 10 minutes of this second half. Let's just see how much Zambia can actually contain them and not concede that third goal, because it's looking likely that the Spanish are going to get that third goal very soon.
All right, prior to this match and prior to the match Japan play against Costa Rica, it was 32 goals we have recorded so far in this female World Cup. We did that 2 goals scored in the first leg of Group C, 2 goals, that is 34. And now this other match, that's 36 goals scored in this tournament so far. Is, comparing to the last record where they had almost 172 goals, 146 goals scored. Are we going to
at this stage?
No. In total. So, do you think we are going to get to that?
Yeah, we are going to get there. We are going to get there. We might actually surpass it, because this time around we are having 32 teams, right?
Yeah, 32 teams.
So it's far different from the way it has always been before, where we had 24 teams. So they will likely, or they will surely surpass that. That's 6 goals. We are still in game round of 2. And the weaker teams are still there. We still have teams like what's it called, Vietnam, Haiti, who are yet to play their games. And they are always a suspect to concede a lot of goals. Forget what happened in their first game, where Haiti conceded just 1 goal and Vietnam conceded 3 goals. They are still suspect to concede a lot of goals. So goals are still going to come in this competition. They are actually going to surpass that number.
And for me, I think
That is Bomati going out. And that
I
is,
think the female football has grown, and if it will get maybe close, but I doubt if it will,
another
will be
fantastic
more
player.
than that 170,
146.
146. Because when you look at it now, on the norms, the former World Cup, teams like that Haiti, their first game they can concede 9, 8, 7. Now they are conceding 1 against England. Look at it. Look at South Africa playing 2-1 against Sweden. So the female game has really improved. A newbie, Zambia, just 2 goals down, 60-something minutes against Spain. That shows a lot of progress. Japan was only able to beat Costa Rica just 2 goals to 0. So that has shown that a lot of progress has come into the female football. But not taking anything away, all these teams too that can decide to collapse like a pack of cards. But based on what is happening now, I doubt if it will get to that number, but it might be close, but I doubt it will break that record because these teams have matured.
Yeah.
They have matured because former World Cup, the last World Cup, the number of competing teams, not attending teams, the teams that you can pick that, oh, these teams can win, it has increased.
Of course.
So, and when you have that, you have more fierce competition. Look at Nigeria, Canada playing 0-0. On the norms, that fixture is 5-0, 6-0 on a normal day. But look at it, that shows that the female game has improved. And I think when you talk about improvement, that means the number of goals will actually reduce to some extent because there will be more defensive brilliance coming from there.
All right, this is the 63rd minute into the first half, and it's still
Into the second half.
Yeah, into the second half, sorry, into the second half, and it is still 2-0 in favor of Spain. 2-0, apart from Banda Brabra of the Zambia side. Which other player do you think at least has come up a little?
Funny enough, for me, it's the goalkeeper. Funny enough.
And it is the Zambian side who is attacking.
Just one touch too much.
Then, after the goalkeeper, we talk about the number 17 attacker, the lady that entered, I think that has the gray hair.
Okay.
So that's, but after Banda, it has to be the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper has made some clear-cut saves that would have made the game farther away from Zambia.
All right, you're talking about the number 17, Richelle Kontenaji, 23 years old. She played for Madrid CFF women. I think that is her name. And who else? Is there another person?
Well, I don't really even see much from this Zambia team. It has just been one-man show all through the game. So
Yeah.
I'm not really impressed with much people in this team like that.
All right, earlier on I said I see Zambia scoring 1 goal. Do you see them scoring any goal in this match?
And you said,
Yes. That is, what's your own opinion?
my opinion on it is I don't see them scoring any goal. I don't see it.
Shagalo.
I don't see them scoring any goal because they're not looking like a team that wants to score. You look at the Spanish defense. It's actually a compact one. They've allowed less mistake in this game, so there's no way I'm actually saying Zambia scoring. If there's any goal in this game, it might actually go the way of Spain. So I'm not tilting towards Zambia scoring any goal in this game at all.
You're not tilting towards Zambia scoring any goal. All right. We'll talk about the Brazilian side. We have a talisman that is a matter of the Brazilians. I think she has 5 World Cup featured to her record, and this will be the 6th. And she's one who has scored so many goals in the World Cup.
And they've never won the World Cup.
And they have never won the World Cup.
The highest they got to was 2007 final.
Yeah, 2007 final. And we can see them winning their matches so far.
Yeah, they started. Who did they play? They played Panama.
Panama, yeah. They have a new talisman now that is talking about Ami, who scored a hat-trick the other day. So good one for them at least. Now they'll be retiring the likes of Mata, is it Famigio or so. They have about 3 players. Christianity is still in that team. They have about 3 players that they'll be looking to retire at the end of this competition. You know, you look at the old Brazil team when they had the young Mata, they had Christianity in their prime, and you ask yourself, how has this competition actually eluded this Brazil team? They actually deserve one competition, one of these World Cup or the Olympics. So let's see. They're actually building new squad, and it's good. There's also Rafael for them. I think their left back who actually plays for Arsenal. So it's a fantastic squad. My eye is also on them in this competition. I want to see how much they can actually push forward. But this competition is so much looking like a Spain or United States of American competition. These are two fantastic squad and two fantastic teams in this competition.
But first, US and others can follow.
Others can follow, and England also looking good.
England is part of the other.
All right, and Ari Borges, that is the Brazilian. She's the first person to have an hat-trick in this female World Cup. She has 3 goals. That is stopping the goal scorer chart with 3 goals.
This is our first World Cup. So
yeah, it's a first
for our confidence.
Yeah, then you're having USC Smith also.
That is another debutant.
Yes, Sophia Smith. She's having 2 goals. Then Miyazawa of Japan, Anita Miyazawa, she's having 2 goals also. Then Pope, Alexandra Pope also having 2 goals. Yeah, those are the people who have more than 1 goal. Others are just one goal so far. So are we expecting her to top the
I'll tilt towards Alexandra Pope finishing this competition as a scorer because she's a terrific striker. And whenever she's in front of goal, she's also a beast. Just like her name, she's always ready to pop in any goal at any time. She's very good. When you see her play for Wolfsburg, you know that she's a fantastic player. I've been following her right from that 20 during the Desire Paranoze set where we lost to Germany. I think in the final. Yeah, if not the final, I think we lost to Germany in the final of that on that 20. Because I remember that game very well. The time of Desire Paranoze. I think that's called that. What's it called? Esther Sunday also. So fantastic player for Germany. And she's already, you look at the number of goals, 64 goals scored already. That's which type of striker are you also looking for again? I saw her play against Arsenal in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League, and you can still see that the class is there. So that's my player. That's player I'm actually tilting towards for the top goal scorer. In as much as Germany remains in this competition and Pop starts, Pop will always score a goal.
Wow. Pop will always score a goal.
Based on the opponent, because it will be more difficult for her to score against him.
Oh, Spain just scored another goal. That is a goal for Spain.
Do you see how good they are? Even you are calling the goal before they even scored the goal.
That's another goal for Spain, 3-0. Look how simple, and look, you can see Bruce Mwape just open his mouth and his...
I said it, the way Spain are actually playing is that they are not giving you the chance to actually score them. They are not giving teams the opportunity of dominating them in the game. They actually dominate. This is against the run of play, whereby they already allowed the Zambians feel like they can actually attack the Spanish team, and they actually opened their defense. And where else? There was a counter from the Spanish team, and they got that goal. So you don't just play mass attack against a team like Spain. No. They will actually take advantage of you.
That's 3-0, 3 goals for Spain, and this last goal. This last goal was if she had missed the goal. She has missed the goal.
No. If she had missed it, it won't have been a penalty.
Yes,
if she had fallen down there, it's a penalty because there was a push and a red card.
So that goal was scored by Mariano Caldente.
That's one of their substitutions, right?
Yes, age 27 years old. She plays for Barcelona.
I told you. They can start 11 Barcelona players in this Spain team, and they are all good. That's why you find it, even Azizat finds it out to start at that Barcelona team right now. But no matter how she stays on the bench, no matter how she comes in, she's still one of the top goal scorers in the league. And that's the 4th goal! That second goal of the tournament. And the second goal, that is an offside.
Offside. Cancel.
Zambia offside? There was a kick from the Zambia. It was the Zambia who kicked the ball onto the...
Okay,
let's see.
Attack.
Wow. Boso will be getting that goal. I think there'll be VAR check there.
Sorry, that goal was given to Alba Maria Redondo Ferrer. She plays for Levantes, not
Let's see.
yeah.
Let's see.
I think there was offside.
That
first movement is what they're checking.
Yes.
That first movement is where the offside is.
Check
Let's check.
They will check it. I think
check it.
That was a close call.
Check. There's a
I
VAR
think
call.
that should be a goal because when you look at the run of play, the last Zambia lady is standing. I think that should be.
There's a Zambia defender down.
I think one African country should actually be looking towards hosting the female World Cup. South Africa is very good to host. Morocco is also very good to host. We need to have one of these competitions come. I think we've never hosted the female World Cup in Africa. And going by the last what's it called, WAFCON in Morocco, with the turnout, with the crowd, during the final game, the semi-final game, and every time Morocco was actually playing, it shows that we can actually have a fully packed stadium in Africa also. So I think Morocco or South Africa should actually do us the favor of hosting or of trying to submit to host one of these female World Cup. We've had the male World Cup in Africa. Every other competition has come to Africa. The male World Cup, the under-20, the under-17. We've hosted it in Africa. We just need the female. There was a time Nigeria was supposed to host the under-17 female World Cup, but we had to just leave it and not host that year. So I think African nations should actually submit to host this competition. We deserve to host it.
Of course, they deserve to host it, but do they have the...
No, we have it. We have it.
Apart from South Africa?
That's why I mentioned South Africa and Morocco. I'm not talking about Nigeria here. I'm not talking about Zambia. I'm not talking about Ghana here. South Africa and Morocco can host this competition.
Okay, the goal is still under review by the VAR.
We'll be having about 7 minutes in the additional time.
So, what do you have to say with this new innovation in officiating, whereby after checking the VAR, the referee will now come and announce? You know what I'm saying? Not like those days, we just but now you will announce final decision. There was a contact penalty. What do you have to say about the new innovation?
No, the thing is, first, the concept of VAR is assistant referee. The referee will still take the final decision.
And it's a go.
So the VAR
it's a go, right?
is just to
check.
Support. Let's see. No. I think it was. No.
Okay.
A goal!
The
goal given. 4-0.
And also with our second goal of the competition.
Wow.
Like I said, this game is looking like a game that might go up to 6-0.
I said the goal should stand because the lady in that offside was not interfering against play. When you check it, this was the lady in the offside. That's 17. And she was not interfering with play.
And the pass wasn't even coming to her. And the pass wasn't coming to her.
And that's the
good calculation from the Spanish squad.
All right, that goal was scored by Jennifer Armoso, age 33 years old. She plays for Pachuca.
In Mexico.
Yeah, Pachuca in Mexico.
Has a very good female league.
All right, we are talking about the new innovation.
So
the announcing.
The VAR is an assistant referee. The referee still plays still makes the final decision. What gave birth to VAR mainly is that when all those controversies come up, what they say is they don't have an opportunity to see a replay. So now they went to coin something out to actually be like, okay, you can have a second look. So the VAR is not that opportunity for a second look. And mainly still the referee that will make the final decision. And whatever referee decides stands for the duration of the game. So far so good. There's nothing that is perfect. But VAR has come really good. Sometimes they are, whatever you have that human beings handle, there will always be an human error.
So what I'm trying to say in essence, is that we have seen the importance of VAR when it comes to matches. Now, another innovation I'm talking about is the announcement being made by the referee. It has not always been like that before.
Yeah, I think the fans actually need. There was the call for fans from the fans that they want to hear the decisions being made by the referees and the communication. It's going beyond the referee talking about the decision. Right now, I think they are working on, even what is being communicated in the VAR room will be actually be audible to people outside, so they can know who they should actually attack or so they should actually know. No, attack is a foul. To know who is responsible or what they are actually taking in the VAR box. Because yes, the VR box, they're also watching the match, just like we are seated in the studio here watching the match and making decisions. So whatever is happening on the field is still human. So it's not 100%, correct, but at least 90% or 98% accuracy, perfect.
Zambian
you can see how young and beautiful the Zambians are. Wow.
So beautiful. And who is coming in? Two people are coming in substitution too.
What I go to Zambia, you gotta look for Wi-Fi.
Yeah? So let's quickly look at the stand now on the table. Has Spain overtaken Japan?
Yeah,
no. Not yet.
Before 6, no, it's 3 minutes, one more goal to equal
just
Japan.
one more goal.
Even with that one more goal,
what a guy!
They are already on the same number of goals now. The same number of goals. 7-7.
7 is okay.
7-7, yeah. So a goal now will be enough.
Right now, Japan will be leading based on alphabetical arrangements.
Wow, I can see Spain controlling the middle.
If it ends and they play 0-0, and they will actually most likely toss a coin.
In FIFA?
Yeah. They will toss a coin to know who will top the table when all things are equal. Because goals forward is the same, goes against the same number of points when everything is tight. But what they will now do is they will toss the coin before the last game.
Wow. So
you know what you're actually fighting for.
We're still going this game.
Still going in this game, and the way we are seeing it, the Spaniards, they are encouraged with what is happening.
And the additional time will be almost 10 minutes.
Let's be another 5-0.
When we talk about Barcelona, when we talk about Spain, we know of them. We know.
Wow! Wow.
What a pass!
Oh, no,
what?
She flopped that. That was beautiful.
That was the eagle eye pass we talk about.
That was another a kind of pass Iniesta and Modric will actually be, they'll be proud of.
All right, I talked about in the Spanish side and Barcelona side. We know them for the tiki-taka. Are we seeing much of the tiki-taka in the women's side here?
Yeah,
it's still the same pattern. We talked about that in the first half. It's not different from the pattern we've always seen from the Spain national team. And it's always good when when you model your team and you know that your team has a particular brand of play that belongs to you guys. That's so beautiful. It's a work in progress, and now it's yielding resources and yielding a work that already germinated into his full capacity, and that's the duty of it. That's why it's easy for us to sit down here and say that okay, Spain are looking like one of the good contender, or let me say favorite contender to win the tournament. They've not looked out of place, and this is a team that can actually stand against any of the big power nations and play good football and also win games.
All right, the substitution, the names of those who just came in in the 76 minutes. Wamba came in for free, then Kotongo for Lubanji. That is the substitution made so far. And
powerful.
They just came they came and they welcomed them with another goal. I think they came and they welcomed them with 2 goals.
You can see another young lady playing for Zambia there, the number 21. Yeah. If you check her age now, she might not be more than maybe 18 or 17 years old. So maybe in the next 3 years.
And I think...
Maybe will come here and tell us she's not looking young.
The lady that came...
the number 21 for Zambia.
No, now it's easier to trace those statistics than then. It's easy, then and now it's 2 different things. I'm just asking. Because I don't hook me. I'll just ask questions. And it's okay to ask. And it seems Member is out injured. We hope she recovers in time. And we hope that he's not
serious.
Banda?
Mwembe. There's a centre-back player that was down, that was stretched out of the stadium.
All right, as it stands now, a win, we know that Zambia will be going out. So what do you have to, if you are asked to encourage the Zambian players, and the Zambian fans, what will you tell them?
They have every positivity to take away from this competition. They'll go into the game against Costa Rica, to play for pride, and I expect them to take the game to Costa Rica. Yes, get that 3 points, and that will be where that game is where they'll get their first goal in this competition. You can write that down, and I see them winning that game because they won't be playing with any pressure. They'll just be playing like a friendly match, and let's just get our first victory in this competition. which is going to happen against Costa Rica.
You see, this is what happens when you have only one superwoman in the team. Banda will do all the work. Sometimes you get frustrated. Because when you are putting in effort,
Just imagine this Banda work rate playing for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
Imagine with Azizat.
Well, that would have been a perfect combination.
That is the same problem what they call South Africa also faced. Tibati is actually the main focal person in that team. Linda didn't come into the game against Sweden. I very much hope that in the next game she'll be coming to the party very much and bring our own involvement into that game also for South Africa. But this one, it's done for
this
Zambia.
is I don't want to be a prophet.
That is another one-on-one with the goalkeeper. What did he do? Oh, the goalkeeper is already out of the pool. Oh, and he was lucky. I remember those days.
Before they even scored, it's a Sokoto game.
Yeah. This Spain we are seeing is not like they are not beatable because in the quarterfinal of the Women Euro, they were knocked out by England in the quarterfinal. But since then, out of the 11 matches they played, they've won 10 and just lost only 1.
You know my problem with Solomon? The way Solomon will start it and say it, you think it's not like they are not beatable, but they've not lost in their last 11 games. And the last time you were telling me, when we were talking about the Denmark game, that you are as good as your last game. So if you are good as your last game, 10 games unbeaten run is actually a massive one for the Spanish team. They're actually very good. And it shows that if a team is going to beat them, then it has to be a team out of the world or a team that will match them for their standard and quality.
So is that the number 5?
Of the crossbar.
That was a good save.
That would have been also a trick in this game. Wow. And she's aging like a fine wine. At the age of 33 and you're still giving this kind of quality of play. It shows how good you are. Apart from against Zambia.
There was a contact on that goalkeeper. The goalkeeper saved that.
There was a save there.
I was talking about the goalkeeper. Wow. The number of goals she has considered is not the real reflection of her performance in this game. She really did way better than the goalkeeper that got suspended the last.
We also have Chelsea coach Emmanuel Hayes, who says she's so much interested in coaching the Spanish national team.
Emma Hayes, and that lady too is very good.
Very good. I'm also just joined those who have 2 goals right now. She's part of those now. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who have scored 2 goals in this tournament. She just joined just now. Another save again from the goalkeeper.
One thing the goalkeeper is good is she has good reflections. Her reflections and position is actually top notch. That was a good save from her,
It's like she gets better as the tournament goes on.
That was a good save.
This is her first game, her first start. And she
came in the second. She came in against against Japan, right?
And first saved the penalty.
First saved the penalty, but it was removed. It was chalked up for encroachment.
And the match against Japan, 2 goals were cancelled, and there are 2 goals from Tamaka Mina, 29 years old, Japanese player. 2 of her goals were cancelled.
Tamaka is another player like
rightfully cancelled.
Tamaka is another player like Moso. Also, she's also aging like a fine wine. 29 years old. I saw her playing for Bayer Leverkusen. And at a point when Chelsea lost Lee, I was interested in Tamaka coming to Chelsea. That was about 2 years ago. That's another fantastic player. And you could see it. You could see the quality.
A fine cross, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. What did he do? Bring it and clear the chance. And that is the goal. Wow! Look at the celebration.
Let's see Vera should be checking that.
Wow! I think they need to have a recheck on that. Let's see.
So she was in the offside position. Let's see. No
offside. No offside. No.
It's a close call. You can see her hands were off. So it might just be hands getting her into that position.
I think there need to be a relook on that.
Yeah, there will surely be a recheck on it. So you will be looking close to having
check.
10 minutes.
Goal.
No. It doesn't be a goal.
Look at what is written there.
Check. Vera checking the goal.
Okay. And that is the 85th minute into into the second half, and the referee is checking the VAR for the 5th goal against Zambia. And if this happened, that means it would be back-to-back 5-0 for Zambia, We saw that against
That's
Japan.
10-0
Yeah,
back to
10-0
back.
10-0 in 2
10 goals
matches.
conceded.
In 2 matches.
Well, you know they've actually improved. Going back to the Olympics, when they debuted at the Olympics, they conceded 10 goals against against Netherlands, where they played 10-3 against Netherlands. So, what's the decision?
Final decision,
It's
goal!
It's a goal. 5-0.
5-0.
And that's the second goal. Talk about Ronaldo. That's the second goal in this game.
So,
the player coming in for as a substitution, as a substitute, sorry, and scoring 2 goals is actually a good one for him. It shows the quality, the depth of quality in this
You
space.
notice something about officiating now is that even when you see it is an offside, you don't raise your flag until the end of the action. Now, after scoring the goal, you raise your flag so that VAR can now properly check it.
Wow.
And she
Look at it.
she
And
took
she
it
took
like
her time.
she took it like
Because
a
if
good
she had
striker.
seen the flag before taking it, she might not take the chance.
She took that goal like a good striker. Wow. I'm sure. Who's the Spain? Oh, Spain don't even have a good top 9 right now. Well, I'll say Morata will be so proud of that. But I have to consider that even Morata himself will score that. One of the sorry buy for Chelsea. One of the sorry buy for Chelsea.
Sorry, very sorry.
All right, you can
Let me
see
say probably a prime Torres will be so proud of that. There might still be another goal in this game. As it's looking like.
right now,
we'll be having about 10 minutes additional minutes.
A veteran like David Villa will be proud of
Yeah.
that.
So as it stands now, Spain has overtaken Japan. They have overtaken Japan with 8 goals, and Japan is having 7 goals.
The last game between Spain and Japan will actually be explosive. It will actually be a beautiful game. I hope we'll be in the studio to actually see that happen live and give our analysis of it.
Now, you lost the possession. You are still getting.
All right, Zambia remain.
You see, I think. Sorry to cut you short. I think I have this problem with the way Spanish coach do look. Even when you are murdering your opponent, and this is the same way Pep Guardiola will be looking when he's beating you 6-0, 7-0. He's still looking like he's yet to beat you.
It's just about ambition. It's about what you want from your girl.
But I don't spell our sister's name. They already spelled Zambia.
It reminds me of what it reminds me of what he said. You know, after defeating Costa Rica 3-0, the man was complaining.
Wow.
What a pass! What a countering! 1-on-1, a cross! Oh, that's a good defensive work.
That was a good defensive work.
After defeating Costa Rica 3-0, he was complaining. Instead of him to be rejoicing, he was complaining that they lost more chances that they created.
That was more about you trying to ginger them, not letting the victory get into the head of the ladies. From 3-0 against Costa Rica to 5-0 against Zambia, it shows that pep talk actually it worked in a positive way for the team. And you can look players like Putalas on the bench now who actually be looking at Ronaldo who scored 2 goals and coming into the next game and actually get more goals if she's starting against Japan. So that's, it builds...
Oh! Another save for the good.
Reflex is actually good. And that's Ronaldo again. Almost getting an hat-trick. That would have been an hat-trick for
now, 2 ladies
coming off the bench.
For them.
No, 2-2 right now. Yes, set for hat-trick. So, it actually worked in a positive way for the team. And, it's building good competition for the strikers. Now they'll try and be prolific going into the game against Japan. So now Spain has nothing to fear with the possibility of Putalas getting injured, or I don't pray she gets injured in this competition. But when you have a player like Ronaldo who can actually come off the bench and score 2 goals, that is beautiful and massive for a team.
And you talk about having a long spell at the sideline will actually affect your game to some extent.
Wow.
And that's why we didn't see much of Putellas in the first half, really, because when you see it...
Who is this giving this
pass?
Pass?
A cross. That's another Iniesta and Xavi.
Hey.
A cross. Is anybody there? Yes, there's somebody, but he didn't get to it. Yeah. You see, that is what you get when you get good midfielders who have eyes of eagle, who sees a striker and know where he's supposed to be at the right time. And give the pass. You will create more chances. And that is why that brings me to talking about one who has the highest assist in this tournament right now, and it is your person, Tamaka. You wish she comes to Chelsea. She's the one having the highest number of assists. She's having 3 assists. Nobody has come close. The only people that had 1 assist. She's the only one who had 3 assists. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, no doubt. I already said it all about Tamaka when I gave the analysis on her. A fantastic player, no doubt. And she can only get better. That is one thing. You know, the experience is there for her. At the age of 29, this is not her first World Cup. This is not her second World Cup. So the experience is already there for her. So she can only get better. That is just. I want to see her against Spain. And I'm sure she's going to come to the party too that day.
Yeah, she's going to come to the party. Of course, she will come to the party. One who have eyes of the eagle will always come to the party because you will always see it to pass. And then a yellow card for Zambia. I think this should be
back-to-back 5-0 defeat.
And this one, there can still be more goals.
And it's not like the other game whereby we're so positive that day. But today they didn't give anything in this game. They were not top notch in this game at all. They are ball possession.
There's a new rule. The new rule was what gave this goal. That this and there are some part of the body that won't be really counted if it's go past the line. You can see that the hand went over the line, but it was still counted. Before last season, it would have been ruled out for an offside.
That was the first yellow card for this match. There was the first yellow card against the Zambian side. It has been a very calm match, but technically on the side of the Spanish side. Yeah.
They had this problem. They had this problem against Japan. Well, you're here against Japan game. Really.
Yes, yes.
And we're talking about them keeping offside in traps in the game, and he caught them. That was what led to Japan 2 goals being chalked up for offside. And today too, we've seen it. 2 goals went by. They were trying to keep offside traps, and it didn't work. And I was saying that when they play against good teams that knows how to outwork the line, they will actually have himself to blame for it. And that's what happened for 2 out of the 5 goals conceded in this game.
All right, it is the stoppage time is over now. Is additional time. Stoppage time at the time is 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 3 minutes has been played in the added time. So we have 5 minutes left. And like I say, this is Premier Sport Fan Center. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that subscription button. And you can also send live chat messages to our channel. And also, you can call in. Our number remains 09030439917. Those calling from outside the shore, 23490, yeah, plus 23490304917, and you can make your own contribution to this match is played.
Regulation 90 minutes completed, 8 minutes stoppage time added on.
And they're in the 4th minute of that additional time. But a good game so far. We've seen
it's not a boring game.
It's not a boring game. It's actually an interesting game.
Spain playing.
And when you see as much as 5 goals, you get more interested in the game.
Okay,
no. There was 1-0 that was actually interesting. That was the game between Denmark and
Sweden.
Denmark and China.
Okay,
it was a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
That game was interesting for the
it's one of the toughest matches so far.
One of the toughest matches, experience.
They had to score.
The game was being played.
They had to score in the 97 minutes.
Over 90
something minutes.
That was a beautiful game that day. A game of 1-0, but it was so beautiful to the eye.
So beautiful, Can you just in 1 minute talk about the technicality you saw in this panel, in this Spain team? From the midfield, how they married the forward side and the defense, how they work together.
When you see it, look at the way the bodies are structured. You will look at it, there's a particular meters. The different coaches tactics, some can be 6 meters, some 3 meters, some 7 meters. So, when you want to be tactical about football, you don't take it as a full field. You break it into spaces. You break it. That's why you see coaches, they can put 12-12 in the half of the field to play each other. When you have smaller space, it depends on what you want to achieve. So when you now talk about it, you look at it and say, okay, look at the distance. Because now, when one man is on the ball, at least 2 people should create options for that lady on the ball. Now, look at them most handling the ball. You see the position play. You see the distance between them. You see.
Yeah.
That's why they were able to play that connecting passes. Because if you don't have at least 2 options close to you, to play your interconnecting passes will be difficult. So It's just sheer tactical brilliance. But these kinds of things are not achieved overnight.
I think one advantage for Spain, you can see the way they set up. These players are used to playing each other. When you set up 11 players and 6 of them are playing for Barcelona, the other 5 are playing for the same club, for Real Madrid. So these are players that actually they've played over 30 games together during the course of the season, and they know each other. They know each other movement. They know where this midfielder is going to be. You're having the two central midfielder who are actually playing for the same club. You know the kind of gel and the kind of this kind of communication and bond they've actually built with themselves in the team. These are things that they're actually bringing into the club. At the time we saw the Spain national team, it was like that. Just a team filled with Barcelona and Real Madrid players, and and help the team. That was during the building process of Spain. So it's one of the reasons why I just look at this Spanish national team and look at them like, yeah, they're looking like my clear favorites for this competition. It would take a sheer brilliance to beat the Spanish team.
All right. Let me quickly read this message. Azonobi Amali, she has been a regular. She has been part of this family. There is a wide margin between Spain and Zambia. Technically, she said technically, yeah, and she's also say Zambia might just get a consolation goal.
Wow.
And this 8 minutes is over. So, but
7th minute or the 8th minute.
Yeah, so we're expecting
maybe extra 1 minute.
We're expecting the referee to blow any moment from now. And we have another message from Wasius Kobo. The Premier Sports Fan Center, keep the fire burning always. Those are the messages. So you can continue what you're saying.
So the thing is this: if you look at the Spanish Revolution in football, it has a lot to do with when Guardiola started the job at. So they just easily adopted that tiki-taka style, and it has paid off. That's sheer pure intelligence. That's my personal opinion.
Even at that,
Spain at the 2006 World Cup don't play like this.
It was Shabus. It was a team. I remember even 2002 World Cup. It was nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home about. But when the revolution of this tiki-taka came through from Guardiola, they just adopted it, and that shows that explains why their national team has more of Barcelona players since then. Go and check. The Spanish national team has been having more of Barcelona players. Why? Because of that kind of play, that style of play. And it has worked for them. So you can hardly want to criticize what has been, because they've won the World Cup. I think they won the Euros.
Yeah, they won the Euros.
Now they've won the Nations League.
They won the Euro back to back.
And they've won the Nations League.
That might just be the last attack.
So it has worked. It has worked wonders for them.
And it's all over for Zambia.
And a moment from now, the referee is going to blow the final whistle. A chance for the Zambian side there, but it was wasted. Though she tried a shot, but it went over the goal pole.
When you make attempt like this and you raise the head on the head like as if you...
And this is the same number 17 you were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's made an attempt. Yeah. We're expecting the referee to blow the whistle. Any moment from now, the ball is still going on, and it is the Spain side who is attacking from the right side. What did she do? She quickly... just take it easy. Well...
Wow.
You see, this lady, I was saying...
I'm also relaxed herself. How did that not go in?
Of course.
Wow.
That goalkeeper reflex is sweet.
She did everything right. Everything right.
This is a clear-cut save.
Wow, clear-cut save. That was
a reflex save there. That was a good save from her.
This
she'll be asking herself what else they have to do.
She has advertised herself on the world stage.
Yeah,
they considered 5, but those goals, there was nothing she could do about it. There was practically nothing. The ones she could do something about, she did something about it. And I think the goalkeeper should be, the Zambian officials should begin to look at this goalkeeper to become their number 1. Because he did way better than the one that got the red card. But that one was acting like an enemy within at some point without timing her.
You can see the fight from Banda Brava inside the 18 box. There's nobody to cross through. So he's trying to wait. And you can see the defense just came to stop that. And they are still on fighting.
Okay.
As a throwing
It's a minimum of 8 minutes, and we're on 10 minutes already.
Yeah,
10 minutes, and the referee have just blown the final whistle. The match have just come to an end. Another 5-0 against Zambia.
Wow.
What a World Cup.
Redondo she's actually a beautiful player. Fantastic player. Fantastic player at that.
She's good on the ball, and she has...
For someone that is not so tall, so tall.
All right, we have seen it. 5-0 against expectation. Now you can see.
Why are they crying?
Zambia side crying.
Oh,
You know.
no.
They still have one match to play. Coming to this match, they had their hope high. And the
And
celebration.
this one, she plays in Spain, so I think she's made some friends.
You can see them crying. You can see how young they are.
Well, I think they just have to take.
You can see how young they have. They have a lot of future.
Maybe 2 minutes.
They just have to take home the positivity from it and not. Coming into this competition, you are in a group that has Spain and Japan. You should know that there's no your chances of making.
That's one thing I don't like about
10 out of 100.
Be realistic. Be realistic. You just have to be realistic.
The hopes of the Zambians came high when they defeated Zambia. When they defeated Germany, when they defeated Germany, a lot of Zambian players, including me, I was saying, "Oh, these guys are going to do well in the World Cup." We expected them to do well, and now this is the stage. And 5 goals.
An average football fan that is realistic will know that Zambia, the tendencies of them progressing is very little. Very little.
Back to back 5-0. A replicate of what Japan did to them. That's what we are seeing here today. And you can see the Bruce Wakpe, the coach of the Zambian side. You can see the sadness in his face, but there's nothing they can do. And you can see the players crying also. It's like they're disappointed with themselves. It's not their expectation.
You can't give what you don't have. Yes, football is a game of emotion. They are just crying, looking like, oh, we're lost out, we're out of the competition. Well, we don't reject the 29 million naira they're getting. It's just a game of emotion.
You cry and collect your $30,000 bonus.
It's a lot of money for the girls. A lot of money for the girls. It's good that at least it's yielding revenue for them right now. Like my mind is away from even all the African nations in this World Cup, except for Nigeria probably, because I look at Nigeria that okay, we have the structure already when it comes to female football. The many African nations are more about the quality of play and what they're bringing back to the African game. That's what I'm more interested in. It's not about them qualifying from the group stage, but just feel among with the big girls, gain a lot of experience, and come back next time, and impute it. That's what really matters. This is their debut. They don't expect themselves to work on magic. When they were singing the miracle song coming into the game, God doesn't play football. God, but the God we know or the God we all serve, they don't play football. It's your hard work.
And even God is a rewarder. God is not biased. He can choose to be merciful. He can choose to be merciful whom he will. Yeah. But God is a fair and just God. So when they were singing the I said that the miracle that will happen here is
maybe collecting 5 or 6. All right, that is a good one. So our hope now, can Nigerian cross that tomorrow against Australia, 11 o'clock? Honestly. Probably we are they lucky against Canada, or was it the tactics?
They were lucky. Canada lost a penalty. They were lucky.
My problem with Nigeria is when everybody puts expectations on us. That's what we tend to actually disappoint. Well, it's a 50-50 game against Australia, because if you're looking at the Australia team without Sam Kerr, it's advantage for anybody. We saw the Australia against Ireland. It was really hard for them to actually bring the Ireland's ladies that day. So I think Nigeria actually stand a chance. At worst, it might be a draw game.
And a draw will be a very good result for Nigeria.
Yeah, a draw should actually be a good result, because I expect us to actually go all out against Republic of Ireland, and it's a game we might actually nick.
Now, talking about the Ireland side, I don't think it's a walk-up for any team, because if you look at it, before Australia managed to defeat them 1-0, it was a tug of war.
It was more of a defensive team against Australia. Ball possession-wise, Australia actually had better ball possession that day, because it was more of a team playing more of a defensive game. And it was the first game of the World Cup for the Australians.
For the Ireland side.
For the Australia, this was the first game in this World Cup. You know, it's they actually play in front of their crowd, and the pressure of you know, being one of the hosting nations.
Yeah.
And you know, you are losing your you are without your talisman. When you lose a player like Sam Kerr, it actually goes a lot in you know, in the way you play. So I'm not really about Ireland. Ireland, they don't push any they don't push any what's it called, threats in that group. We'll see it against Canada in the second game.
Yeah.
I expect Canada to actually defeat them in that game.
All right, the second game will be played by 1 o'clock today. That's Nigerian time. And we're going to cover that match, Canada versus Ireland. That is the same group Nigeria belong to. And that match will tell us where this position Nigeria belongs to and what Nigeria need to do. If Canada defeats Ireland, or if Ireland defeats Canada.
Don't start with calculation.
There's always if football. You always have that when it comes to football. So, hopefully, do you think Canada can defeat Ireland?
Canada will most likely defeat Ireland, my personal opinion. Because me, I'm not the type that like beating around the bush. Let us say things as it is. Canada is a defending champion in the Olympics. So that they didn't win against Nigeria was only because they were unlucky. They dominated the game. They got some chance. They even lost a penalty. So
let's move away from even being unlucky against Nigeria. Canada became a familiar foe for the Super Falcons, because within the last 2 years we've played about 3 or 4 friendly matches.
with them.
So we're already used to playing with this Canadian team. We played 2-2 draw in one of the last friendly matches we played against Canada. So the Nigerian girls are already used to playing with against the Canadian team. So the fear factor wasn't really there for them when they played against Canada. So now going into a game against an unfamiliar foe, talking about Australia, is another ball game.
And even against the crowd.
It's another ball game for the girls. And you know, there's possibility that Aziza Toshala might not be playing that game. I think she picked up a knock against Canada. So that is another problem for the girls. But we have a lot of talented players in that team. There's still Gift Monday, who is here to play. And that is another fantastic player also for
so
the
when is Ajibade playing?
Ajibade is playing tomorrow.
All right, good. That means I will be back. What about
Ajibade and Alima. Both of them are back in the team.
Well, that's a good one. So that's where we expect that we'll be expecting a tough match tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. So the match has just come to an end. So before we close for this section, and we know we'll be back for the match between Canada and Ireland, can you just summarize in 1 minute? Just summarize what you saw here today.
Yeah, again, Spain deservedly won, and they won fair and square. So congratulations to Spain. Zambia, take all the things you've jotted down from this competition, the mistakes they've made. They should go and learn and improve, build structures for their football, and come back to compete at the world stage. For me, congratulations to Spain, congratulations to Zambia, because they are also keen to learn too. And I hope they can improve based on what they've learned.
Well, congratulations to Spain. You know, at the point in competition, you're going to actually, you know, sift the contenders and from the pretenders from the contenders, and that is what is already happening. 2 games in, Spain, Zambia are already out, and you know, the quality, the imbalance in quality actually showed a lot between the Zambians and the Spanish in this game. So it's just about working to get yourself into the standard needed to compete against these nations. Congratulations to Spain. They still have a long way to go in this competition. The second round is still there before going into the quarterfinal, semifinal, and probably the final, where they will stand a chance of winning this competition. All eyes will be on it right now, because everybody knows how good the squad is.
Everybody knows how good the squad is. And congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to Vilda Rodriguez, the coach of... But let's talk about the coach, because we didn't talk about them today, much of them. But what did you see? What did you see? What brilliance did you see in them? Both the Bruce Wakpe, that's the coach.
Bruce Wakpe is not bad. The changes in the first half was timely. And that's the essence of having somebody on the bench. Somebody that can do something when something is needed to be done. And but for the Spanish coach, good tactical approach, the calmness, you know, They were taking their chances the way at the right time. They were waiting for their moment. They were not in a hurry. There was no anxiety. And it's a top performance from the Spanish side. They really taught Zambia how to play football. And they can learn from it and just go from there.
They can learn from it. I think that is how far we can go for today. For now. This is how far we can go for now. We are coming back 1 o'clock to cover the match between Canada and Ireland. And it's going to be an interesting match. Remember, that is the group Nigeria belongs to. I think a lot has to do with Nigeria when that match is being played, because that's where we're going to determine whether Nigeria will go on or not. So for now, it's bye from us, and see you when we come back again. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Remenek Benue. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan.